to the Mayoral Debate here in the beautiful city of Lake City, South Carolina. We thank God for this opportunity and this chance for these two wonderful candidates to express to you their opinions and their desires for your city of Lake City, South Carolina. Would you join me just in a moment of prayer before we begin this discussion? Father, we thank you. We bless you and we praise you for being so good to us and for keeping us and blessing us. Now, Father, as we approach now the end of another day, we know, Lord, that you are able to do all things but fail. Bless us tonight, Lord, with your presence. Lead us, guide us, and direct us. And Lord, we love you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you all. I thank God for each and every one of you for being on the call tonight as we come together for this mayoral debate. I would like, first of all, to let you know that our sponsors tonight are Demery and Rogers Funeral Home. And I want you to understand that our sponsors are one of the reasons why we're here tonight. Tonight, we have with us tonight Brother Michael Devon Nero and Sister Yamika Robinson. These are the two candidates to be your next mayor of Lake City. And first, we'll use Yamika. She's 43 years of age. She's a native of Lake City. She's the mother of five. God bless you. The grandmother of two granddaughters. She's graduated from Lake City High School as an honor graduate in 1997. She graduated from the University of South Carolina in Columbia with a bachelor's degree in biology. So did I. Pursuing a degree in legal studies at Post University. She worked in the pharmacy field for 20 years as a certified pharmacy technician. Currently, she works in the office manager at Biosphere Health and Wellness LLC. She's an avid writer for a local magazine, Our Neighborhood News, since 2017. Founder of Women of Wisdom Empowerment Group, which established in 2019. A member of Council on Aging of Lake City, South Carolina. Board member of Lake City Boys and Girls Club. Her favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and to harm you, plans for you for hope and for a future. We have Mr. Michael Devon Nero, age 34 years of age. He also is a native of Lake City, South Carolina. He is the COO, Chief Operating Officer of Nero and Nero Transportation. Michael Nero developed his passion for helping others by watching his uncles, Kane Anderson and Brother Lovett Andersons, who were both leaders in Lake City, South Carolina. Being active in Lake City and as an advocate, he is running for the next mayor of Lake City, South Carolina, to continue his work within the communities. These are your two candidates. Now for the rules of engagement tonight. I know that both of you are passionate about the city of Lake City. I know that you want to serve your city the best way you know how. But tonight we have some rules of regulation tonight, and we hope you abide by them. Number one, we will have a coin toss to see who will begin first. Number two, if you want to rebut somebody, we would ask that you allow that person to complete their sentence before and then raise your hands before you begin discussing also. In other words, we want you to maintain proper decorum. In addition to that, we want you to understand that your voices are being heard throughout the city of Lake City tonight. So we thank God for you, and for you. Brother George, do you have the coin now? Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Feel the tension in the room as we find a coin for the toss tonight. hmm You take the honors.
All while it's in the air.
No.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. So that means, Ms. Robinson, you go first. Our first question tonight is a very simple one. Please take your time, and we have a limit of 2 minutes. Evaluate the present administration, what things are going well, and what things you would change.
The present administration right now in the city of Lake City, and I can say that as mayor, I am a mayor candidate at the moment, but I'm also councilwoman for the past 2 years. And for the past 2 years, I can see that administration is going in a great direction. We have shared visions and shared goals for the city to see it continue to grow. We are looking at things such as affordable housing. We're looking at opportunities and jobs to come into our city. And we're also looking at more opportunities for our young people to get their focus more on a positive attitude.
All right, Mr. Nero.
On a negative part, when it comes down to Lake City, we don't have no youth centers. We don't have nothing for the kids to do when they get out of school. They don't have. We don't have nothing for the elderly. When it comes down to our senior citizen, that's all they go. They go there and have breakfast and lunch, and that's it. So my thing is, we need to tap into what is seriously going on and the problem that the administration is having.
Thank you, Mr. Nero. Would you like to rebut?
May I respond on that? Yes.
Of course.
As far as the elderly for the senior center, I think they do a little bit more than just having lunch and breakfast. I believe in the month of September, they actually had a list of events that they went through. So I think the senior center has very innovative ideas for the seniors in our city. And for the young people, for a community center, I definitely agree. We definitely need more for the young people to do things in the afternoon after school. But if we get along with or a partnership with the school, I should say, and the school district, that we can find plenty of things for our young people to do. As far as the community center goes, we are in the planning, in the process right now. Since November 2020, it was on a referendum, and it was from a needs assessment survey that was done by the community to actually, from the capital penny sales tax that we received from the county, that money was allocated to rebuild a community center on Code Road.
Thank you.
So that is in the works.
Thank you. Mr. Nero, given the current budget and fiscal responsibility, how would you stretch the taxpayers' dollars while continuing to serve the citizens of Lake City in a positive way?
Well, number one, when I get in office, first thing I have to do is they have municipality classes and stuff like that when it's dealing with the budget and things like that. So I will educate myself, and I will make sure that the people that is coming in to the administration is educated in that capacity when it's time for dealing with the budget.
Okay. Ms. Robinson.
Yes. I may agree with Mr. Nero, because actually being on council so far, we do have workshops. We do have budget workshops where all the council members come in and the department heads, and we talk about the budget. We look through and we plan strategically. We also go off to classes. As a matter of fact, I actually just left a class in Columbia this past week where they have different professionals to come in and talk about the budget. And I actually mentioned to a couple of them, when I do become mayor, I would love for us to have a workshop to educate myself more and my staff.
Would you like to rebut?
No.
Given a system, a country, a time in which we find ourselves, crime is a problem. Ms. Robinson, how would you handle crime in Lake City? How would you support the police department?
How would I support the police department? The police department, I believe our police department is very well, we're not very well staffed. We do definitely need more police officers. We need to rebuild our police department. But I believe our community and police department works hand in hand. And to decrease crime, that has to happen. We have to work hand in hand because the police can't be everywhere. So we definitely need the community to work along with the police department in that. Also, to decrease the crime, get more opportunities for our young people, like we stated before, because most of the gun violence that's been happening is involved with our young people. So we need to get their focus more positive instead of negative.
Thank you. Mr. Nero.
Well, when it comes down to the police department, we have to go inside the police department and work to the outside. And what that means is hiring more police officers. And by us doing that is our surrounding area. What we need to do is see what they're offering officers so we could be able to bring them in to Lake City and bring them up the standards. And I will have a zero tolerance when it comes down to any type of gang activity, any type of shooting, any type of robbing, any type of thing like that in the city limits. And we will hold everyone up to the point that you cannot do crime in the city limits of Lake City. That's how we would tackle it.
Thank you. Mr. Nero, describe your management style. What type of manager are you?
Well, I'm more of a hands-on guy, but I do like to hold everybody accountable. So if I give you a task to do, I expect for you to have that task completed. But it don't just have to be you to complete the task, but I gave you the task. So your job is now to disperse it throughout your department. As long as the task is completed, everyone is happy. If you're doing a good job, guess what? That means I'm doing a good job.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Robinson.
I'm gonna say, I was in the pharmacy field for 20 years. And I was actually, most of those years, I was actually lead tech. So they depended on me to make sure that the pharmacy, the technicians were doing like they supposed to do. I'm a person, I do like to get my hands, into things and get it done as well. Sometimes I take the initiative, but I've learned to step back and also delegate other people to do the work as well. And I think things get done better as a team. We all have our own lanes to be in, and as long as we stay in our lanes and do the work, and it can get done and work as a team.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson, why are you seeking this office? Why do you want to be mayor?
Why I want to be mayor? Why I want to be mayor of Lake City? Lake City is my hometown. I was born and raised here. I went off to school, but I came back. This is where family is. This is where my children go to school. This is where I came up. I'm seeing a lot of things. Even in 43 years, I've seen a lot of things. I want to continue to see Lake City grow, especially for our younger people. They have so much of potential here in Lake City. And I just want to see Lake City keep moving forward. We are moving forward, and I just want to continue that to go on. I think with my passion and my hard work and my dedication, that I can definitely bring Lake City to greater heights.
Thank you. Mr. Nero?
Because it's time for us to change the narrative, to ask ourselves, do we continue to go down the road that we have been going? And the main reason why I feel I should be the mayor of Lake City is due to the fact when crime is involved, I feel like I'm the guy to bring that to a calmness, to bring that to an understanding. I'm the guy that's able to go out there in the streets and meet with the street dudes and tell the street dudes, hey, you need to keep it in the lines. I'm the guy that I do feel that I have the citizens' best interest in my heart.
Mr. Nero, 30 days after being elected as mayor of Lake City, what can we expect to change? And what can we expect to change after 90 days?
The leadership.
Be more specific.
The leadership, you should see more police officers. You should see parks and recreation expanding within 30 days of me being in office. You should see department heads out in the community with the people. That's what you should be able to see in 30 days of me being in office.
And 90 days?
And in 90 days, you should see the city moving forward. In 90 days, the city will be moving forward.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson.
Okay. In 30 days, you have to work within yourself before you start exploring everything out. So I say you have to take care of home. You have to fix home. You have to make sure home is right before you can actually go out and beyond. So I will make sure that administration and the staff of the city has a great morale, working together. We are on the right page. We're on the same page, and make sure that we're all educated with the different workshops that I stated before, and make sure that we're on the same page in things in the house. After 90 days, then we can start exploring out, making partnerships, finding new partnerships, and maintaining the old partnerships. It takes time. I know when I first got on council, a lot of people thought that I had a magic wand. You can make things happen overnight. but it doesn't happen overnight. It takes everyone. It takes a team to make this happen.
Thank you. And now we'll hear a word from our sponsors.
For over 95 years, Jimmy and Rogers Funeral Home has been a family-owned and operated establishment. We have earned your trust and a reputation for quality and distinguished service. Our professional and caring staff is dedicated to providing the best service to you and your family in your time of need. Our services include burial services, cremation, pre-need arrangements, and package plans. We adhere to your guidance so that the final wishes of your loved one are carried out. We take pride in serving the families of Williamsburg County, and we are grateful to be a part of your family. We're located at 501 North Long Street in King Street. Call us at 843-355-6005. That number again is 843-355-6005. Demery and Rogers, when only the best will be.
Another one of our sponsors is Brother Roger Kirby. Roger Kirby is an American politician. He's a member of the South Carolina House of Representatives from the 61st District. Serving since 2015, the new formation of District 101 brings with it the opportunity to provide new neighbors with quality representation rooted in experience, compassion, and greater sense of unity. Mr. Roger Kirby. Also, another sponsor is Councilman Jason Springs. Jason Springs says, I'm very excited and glad the people of my district saw fit to re-elect me to another term. Florence County District 1 represents Lake City, Scranton, Atlanta, and other neighboring communities. Congratulations from Mr. Jason Springs. Our last sponsor is Burroughs Insurance Group. That's right, insurance for your family for life. All life insurance plans for all ages 0 to 85. Dental insurance, vision insurance, legal shield. We have offices here in Lake City. For your convenience, just give us a call, 843-647-7503. Again, our sponsors for tonight's debate, right here in Lake City, South Carolina.
And we're back. That was a nice break, wasn't it? Breathe. Here we go. Ms. Robinson, what distinguishes you from Mr. Neal?
Well, of course, I'm a female. But I have the experience already in council. I've been there almost 2 years. So I've seen a little bit from the inside of how things work. I'm pretty sure that we're both passionate. I'm very passionate. This is my hometown. I've been very active in the community even before I came on council. Back in 2017 is when I really started going to the council meetings and advocating for my community. So it's really been at my heart to do what I need to do for my community. I'm a transformational leader. I stay involved with my community, with my schools, and I just want to see Lake City grow.
Thank you. Mr. Nero.
I hit the ground running. The citizens know they could call me anytime. I handle anything and everything that they call me with, no matter what, big or small. I get the job done. Everyone have my phone number. That's about it.
Okay. Mr. Nero, you spoke recently about zero tolerance for crime in Lake City. The opioid problem is not something that's in other cities. It's all over. How can the mayor's office, along with the police department, impact, and deal with this problem?
The citizens, what we have to do What we have to do is we have to get partnership with the sheriff's department also. So we have to bring in multiple people. See, it ain't about me. It's about what we could do. The one department can't do it by themselves. The mayor's office can't do it by themselves. The police department, it takes everybody in the city limits of Lake City. If you want Lake City to be better and great, everybody have to be hands-on and willing to deal together. It's gonna take all of us. Just as well as if I win. I'm just like Councilwoman Robinson just said, she's on council. So what I would have to do is get with each elected official and let them know, hey, this is your district. This is what's going on in your districts. Let's try to bring everything to a whole. So it's going to take all of us to do it, not just the mayor's office.
Ms. Robinson?
This is an issue that's nationwide, statewide. We have to make sure that we partnership and connect with our legislators. It kind of goes beyond the municipality. So I actually just went to a meeting about a month ago, and the regional advocacy meeting, and they were speaking about, in this type of meeting, we actually come to them and tell them our issues in the municipalities so they can actually take back and advocate for us at the legislature. And they were speaking on the opioid, and they have funding out there where we can get the municipality, the counties, the larger ones and the smaller ones. We have a certain amount of money allocated where we can get funding to bring resources to make sure that we educate our municipalities and community about about the opioids. So education is key.
Ms. Robinson, this question, and Mr. Nero, it bothers me to even have to ask. An issue that's racing through this country is the safety of our children in schools. There was a time in my youth that we wouldn't even be worried about that. But now school shootings is something that's on a rampage, for lack of a better word. What can you do, along with the school district, as mayor, to help alleviate this problem, to keep our children safe?
You said a key word. We need to work with our school district. We need to partnership with them. We need to find out what programs they already implemented, and then we need to enhance that and help them implement more programs. Talk to our young people. We need to educate our young people and educate the classes and the teachers on, if a situation like that happened, what they need to do. Do a little bit more drills. Find out how often they do drills, if they do drills. Just work along with what they have and then find some ways to enhance.
Mr. Nero?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked it, because I've been in the schools for the last month. It's hard to get in schools. In our schools, Florence County School District 3, it is hard to get in our schools. As a matter of fact, that's just like Lake City Early Childhood. You got 3 doors to go through before you even in the main school. And every time I go, I get screened. Every time. Even though they know me, I still get screened to go into the schools. So just like she said, I think we should partner with the school system. Our job is not to take over the school system. It's to partner with the school system, because at the end of the day, guess what? Each school is where? In the city limits of Lake City. So if all we have to do is just tweak it just a little bit when it comes down to the police presence and stuff, because what we don't want the students to be afraid like the police are there to watch them. More, they are there to protect them instead of watch them. So that's all we have to do.
All right. Mr. Nero, what is the number one challenge facing the next mayor of this city?
Gang activity. Gang activity in the city limits of Lake City. It's traveling inside the school system now. So my job is now for us as the government, as sitting in government standpoint, is to recruit the kids before the gangs do. That's the number one challenge right now. It ain't dealing with the roads. It ain't dealing with none of the infrastructure. We have to catch our kids now before they get out of control.
And how would you do that as mayor?
What I would do, I would have programs and stuff set up with my police chief. I have my police chief goes out. It's a little badge that the police department has. So what we would do, we would order little badges, and what we would do, I had the police recruit the kids before the gangs do.
Ms. Robinson?
I kind of think on the same lines with the young people and the crime. I think that's one of the main issues here in the city of Lake City. But I believe working together, we can definitely defeat that. You can't completely take away all the crime, but you can do some things to decrease it. So working together and rebuilding our police department, building them up, will definitely help that situation, and going out in our communities and building our communities up. One thing I would love to see and to implement more and make more active is our neighborhood crime watch. Um, we can go right back to neighbor watch neighbor, just like we used to. And I think that'll be a part of the community being more involved in helping the police department. Because like I said before, the police department can't do it all, especially, being short staffed. We definitely need the community to help out as well.
Here's another one. I need to make sure of this before I ask this question. Has either of you ever served as mayor of Lake City? Okay.
No, sir.
This question is simple then. To your understanding, Ms. Robinson, what is the duties of a mayor?
I would say the three main things that a mayor of a city should definitely be focused on is safety of our city, cleanliness of our city, and the growth. And when you put all three of those items goes together hand in hand to make sure that our city grows. When you make sure that our communities are safe, the elderly are not scared of living in their own homes because of gun violence, making sure that we are growing as far as economic development and jobs. We bring people and we keep people, retain people, and the cleanliness. We need to make sure that our city is clean and it stays beautified.
Part two, how would you do that?
How can we do that?
Yes.
As far as being a mayor, you just make sure that you do your job and you make sure that your staff is doing their job. I mean, everybody has a part in this. The police department, the law enforcement, they make sure they enforce the law. They make sure that our streets and our communities are safe. We have the community-wide cleanups. I would love to have district-wide cleanups, where instead of just a city-wide cleanup, we will actually take hold and have a district-wide cleanup in each district, to help out with the whole city, and also to bring in more jobs and increase in economic development. Like I said, the smallest thing you would think that would not be significant in bringing in jobs, and that is when investors and new jobs come in, it's the presentation of your city. Most people go down Main Street. Yes, you have to have your Main Street looking presentable, because that's the first place they go down to shop, to look. Oh, this is a great city. But then we don't want to forget about our communities. We definitely make Main Street presentable. But then you go out, because where the people going to live? We need to make sure our communities are presentable as well too.
Mr. Nero, the same question to you is, what, to your understanding, what is the duties of the mayor, and how would you improve?
Safety, real estate, and jobs. 90% of the biggest investment of your life will be owning a piece of property. And so what I have to do is, with safety, I don't care how clean the area is. I'm not bringing no job into that area if the crime rate is high. So the number one thing is we have to get crime back under control. Just like I said before, we have to start with crime. Once we get the crime under control, then that's when we can sit at the table with the investors. And if crime under control, guess what? You don't have a litter problem, because that's part of crime. You charge people for that. You catch them littering. And then when it comes down to jobs, you bring your investors in, then you go sit around the areas that will have heavy traffic and stuff like that coming in through, and then you sit down with the investors. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank both of you for being here tonight for our Mayoral Debate. And now, I'm going to give you an opportunity with a limit of 3 minutes for your closing statements. Ms. Robinson, I believe you began. So, Mr. Nero, close us out.
Citizens of Lake City, it's time for you to ask yourself, do we continue to go down the same path we're going down, or are you going to go to the polls and vote and ask? We got echo. I can't.
You all
Can we
right?
shut that door? Because that is bothering my ears. I apologize about that. Again, citizens of Lake City, you must ask yourself, do we continue to go down the same path we're going down, or would you wake up and go to the poll and ask for change? It's time for a change, Lake City. Let's show the world that we are ready for a change. We're ready to make a difference. Just like these water bills. These water bills is outrageous. I'm the guy to put an end to all the foolishness that's going on in the city limits of Lake City.
Ms. Robinson,
Okay.
your closing statement.
Like I stated before to someone in a conversation, you know, elected officials should be careful of what they promise. And I can say the main promise that I can make tonight to become your next mayor is that I would do the job to the best of my ability. This is my home. This is where I'm born and raised. I am very passionate. I'm a community person. If you know me, if you ever see me out there, you know my work speaks for me. And I'm ready to serve. I've been ready to serve. I've been serving as a councilwoman for the past 2 years. And prior to that, I was a community advocate, and I will continue to be because I love Lake City and I want to see Lake City grow. I want everyone to just go to the polls and make sure that you vote. Just make sure you cast that vote because you are making the first step to a change, like Mr. Nero said. We all want to see a change. So you make that first step, and whoever become mayor will make the continuing changes. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all for your time tonight. I thank you both for your passion for the city of Lake City. We thank you all who joined us in person, those of you who are joining us by social media and across this great nation, and especially in Lake City, South Carolina. Good night. God bless. Take care.
For over
All
95
right.
years, Rogers Funeral Home has been a family-owned and operated establishment. We have earned your trust and a reputation for quality and distinguished service. Our professional and caring staff is dedicated to providing the best service to you and your family in your time of need. Our services include burial services, cremation, pre-need arrangements, and package plans. We adhere to your guidance so that the final wishes of your loved one are carried out. We take pride in serving the families of Williamsburg County, and we are grateful to be a part of your family. We're located at 501 North Long Street in King Street. Call us at 843-355-6005. That number again is 843-355-6005. Demery and Rogers, when only the best goes left.